Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm back with another Raising Kanan Season 4 Theory and Prediction video. And today, of course, I got another doozy, man. The topic of today's theory, Stefano offers Unique Rock's territory if he kills Rock and Marvin. And there's a potential Unique and Kanan meetup that will come from this or will be had during this conversation. What I'm suggesting is that there will be an official sit down. Now, I know guys are wondering, hey, but he's dealing with Russo, and how does he get this deal done while still dealing with Russo, this, that, and the third? And I'm also going to speak on the possibility of Unique and Early Tyler and their situation and how this all comes into fruition and how this all will come together. This video is going to be another banger. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, now let's talk about why all of this is very, very fucking plausible, okay? First of all, Quan is already working with Unique again. And this is something that Stefano either knows as of last episode or he will know, okay? We know the connection that Stefano and Kanan has, right? And Unique has already been taking Rock's business away from her, right? For instance, when the Fiend came into the Chinese store that they had and he asked for the special sauce, Unique's guy was in there and said, they ain't got no special sauce in here, but we got it for a better price over there. We know what that means, right? So we know that Quan could easily arrange a sit down between Stefano and Unique behind Rock's back. And this is, right, a meeting that Stefano would take, all right? Now, Stefano already wants Rock dead and will want Marvin dead for refusing to kill Rock because that means he automatically can't trust Marvin anymore. He knows that Marvin's loyalty is with Rock and not him, meaning that they will go against him at some point. You don't get to be Stefano and be at the top of the molehill like he is without knowing these kinds of things. And what I also want to add on to this is that Capo di Tutti, boss of all bosses, I'm declaring that he was definitely killed by Early Tyler in some kind of way. But what we could find out is that Early Tyler, who doesn't seem to be a killer to me, he would need a killer to deal with Capo di Tutti, which is where Unique comes in. And it's possible that Unique killed Capo di Tutti. And what I'm saying is that even if Unique did do this and Stefano found out, he would still find it advantageous to deal with Unique and have Unique take everything that Rock has, right? Off of all the territory that he has Rock managing right now, because he will find a way to make it look good, regardless of what's going on with Phil Russo, right? Now, Stefano, right, is going to be doing his thing. Stefano and Unique could easily come to an agreement after a meeting, and Unique will then feel like Stefano had nothing to do with the attempt on his life. He will tell Unique he was always suspicious of Rock, Stefano. Stefano will tell Unique he was always suspicious of Rock coming back into the game after Unique's disappearance. Stefano also now has connections to Rock's plug from Afghanistan with the poppy fields. This is where things get even more interesting and furthermore spicy. Because here now lies the opportunity for Stefano to arrange another sit down with the Afghan plug, but he will bring in both Quan and Unique. They will tell the plug that Rock will be eliminated and Unique will be taking her place. The Afghan plug, who has no loyalty to Rock, will agree to this deal because it's still very lucrative, no matter if it's Rock or Unique headlining the situation. And what I also want to add is that you remember a couple episodes back, the Afghan plug, he told Rock, I need to sit down with you and your business associates. Rock only sat down with Stefano. Stefano was going to have Quan. Stefano was going to have Unique, okay? Letting the Afghan plug know that, okay, there are more people involved in this deal, so it has to be for the right reason, including who may be at this meeting, Snaps and Pop, and I'm going to speak on them as we keep going, right? But if Unique isn't sold on Kanan yet, because Quan will likely bring Kanan up by this point to Unique, once the deal is locked in, Snaps and Pop will be told the deal by Stefano, because as we already know, Quan has connections to Stefano, Snaps and Pop have connections to Stefano. So everyone knows what's going on, right? Snaps and Pop will bring in Kanan and have him finally meet with Unique for the first time in the entire series. This conversation will go in a direction that I will speak on in another video. But what I want to address is the obvious plot point of why would Unique go back and work with Stefano and them after working with Russo? Because not only was Unique already fond of Stefano, but he also has no real loyalty to Russo. We talking about the same wild Unique who had Damon killed for absolutely no reason and knew he was probably gonna get himself or at least get Damon killed. He has no real loyalty to Russo. His only true loyalty now is to himself, all right? So once he sees that all his previous business partners want Rock dead and they're on the same page as him, right? They could all put together a plan to get it done, right? Making it easier to get done in their point of view because Rock is already in business with everyone involved. So they could all just put together a plan to set up Russo and Rock on separate occasions, or at least they could put together a plan to attempt to kill Rock and silence Russo, right? And they could all do this without the five families getting involved because it's really a proxy war being handled by the blacks and not the Italians. Even though it's definitely going to go left in some kind of way. And I do have a separate video on the other half of this theory coming soon. But what I'm suggesting is that by the end of the series, by the end of the season, since we already know that Unique and everyone involved is going to be in season 5, since we know Unique, there's a picture of Unique with his team in season 5, and Unique is looking flashy. He's looking like he's having a great time. We know that there's a 99% chance, and I'm going to say 100% chance, that by the end of the season, Unique will be the guy. He will have clearly beat Rock. No matter what losses he takes to get to that point, he will beat Rock and he will firmly be at the top of the totem pole. He does not need New Jersey for this. Now, if he ends up still working with the hitters from New Jersey, from Trenton, he could still hire them. They could be part of his new crew because he needs them, right? And Russo could still be ridden out of the situation in many different ways, okay, that we're going to find out. This is how this theory is going to come into fruition. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touch my ink. That's on the dome, nigga.